Hello, humans, friends, beings of light. All right, so I was sitting here. I said, I'm just going to bring a message through. I don't know who this message is for, and I just know it's going to be for the greater good of all. I like to call this message Flying by the Seat of My Pants. That was the song I made up right as I was drawing. Okay. This is so lovely. Okay, so this is just a message for those who watch this video, if anyone does, and maybe everyone will watch this video. This is the video that will make me go healer viral. Do we want to go viral as a healer, or do we want to go expansive? Regardless, here's the message that came through. All right, from the Mother's Oracle, we got Kuan Yin, which is compassion. All right, it's really interesting. I've really been feeling this energy with Kuan Yin and, you know, really kind of looking around Bodhisattva vows, and she was the queen of them. And yeah, when is it our job to stick around and wait for somebody before we level up, and when is it better and for the highest good to let go and level up? And I think the feminine are really feeling this. This really feels like, I love this, like holding the world as the womb in this thing, and also like this being on a lotus flower. You know, lotus flower grows out of the depths of the murky waters, and this really feels to me like the birthing of new earth, this new beginning coming in. Oh boy, we've got a big truck coming through. Hi, truck. All right, next card that comes out was hibiscus joy. All right, so this shows me that the birthing coming through, and this maybe feels like a message for the feminine today. But the hibiscus, this joy. I also get I can't remember what this card is exactly, but it's very like Kali energy. But it's like sensual Kali, dancing Kali. So we've got we've got compassion and joy, right? Okay. Last we got goat, greatest of all time, y'all. Maybe not, but 37. And I'm just learning these cards, so we're gonna look at what this is. The spirit of passion. Compassion, joy, and passion is what we've got going here. Fire can create life or destroy it. All right. So this feels, like this is the marrying of these cards all together, right? You see them together and how they kind of dance in a story. It's like, okay, embody the new, hold the new, be in your heart, be in your Christ light. Hibiscus, like find your joy, find your creative, your sensuality, and goat, greatest all time. Celebrate all that is. Let's learn more about the goat here. All right. The spirit of goat wants to remind you that desires lie within your heart. Passion is a powerful force, but it has a light and a shadow, and a line that divides them can become easily blurry. Passion can build castles of dreams, but also burn down bridges of hopes. When you put it at your service, it can spark creativity and powerful motor to ignite projects or relationships. Still, if it becomes a temptation, it can lead you down an unwanted path of toxic behaviors. So, passion needs temperance. It has a fire that needs to be tamed by your soul. And taming doesn't mean taking away any of its strengths. It means owning and learning how to use this power for the highest purpose. Let passion be the flame that warms your heart, not the chain that harms your soul. In balance, feeling passion, experiencing high creativity, finding energy to manifest dreams, fulfilling projects, finding relationships, bursting with loving energy. Okay, so there's a lot of goddess energy on these cards, but the masculine feels like the goat here. So, and this kind of feels like the relationships to me. So, this embodiment of joy, this bringing through the higher states of joy, of compassion, of passion, bringing these things down. I love the purity, the busyness of the butterfly. This also feels like the movement and the stabilizing of the feminine during these wild times. This is the grounded masculine who's like stepping forward. It's kind of like release the chains and the things of the past. There is a message about the moon. This would be the first quarter moon, I believe, is what we're working towards there. And and then you have this Kuan Yin. So I feel like it's this radiant. This feels like it's tied into and I associate these types of goats with India, because when I was in the high Himalayas, I hadn't eaten meat in a really long time, like 6 months, which is a long time for a Midwesterner. And I started to get kind of depleted and needed some iron. And we went to the meat shop and got this mountain goat who had just like fallen off a mountain, and they found him and we gobbled him up. Anyway, what I say in that I've never been more nourished by meat in that moment of time. It was the most delicious meal I've ever had, and I was so grateful for the journey that the mountain goat had gone on as it plummeted to its death to nourish my soul and body, which is my soul. Anyway, so here we go. This really feels to me, that story that I shared a few days ago about Parvati and Shiva. This feels like this type of energy too, of like feminine is in her radiance. She's holding down the temple space. She's in this expansive light. She's holding down what the new earth is intended to be. She is embodying the new earth, right? The masculine has done his work. He's cleared his shadows, but there's been the fires of transmutation, and he is now stepping forward with these sacred union energies with the rose. So this is the female holding the higher vision. This is the masculine taking the action. Okay, this is the divine process in which we are meant to be doing as we experience the joy of union. Now, we know this is of service. What I really feel is like the feminine is embodying the new earth so that the new earth can be born for the collective. I think I'm going to draw just a couple Seers of Lights cards because I want to see how this looks physically. Okay. And make sure I'm holding the cards the right way. Yes. Okay. Yep. So this is spot on. So we get a reverse 5 of Cups. And what I get from this, it's like, this card came up a few days ago, but the reverse of it, I feel like it's this stream of trusting the fertility and the guidance of the divine more so than ever at this time. It's not about action. It's about letting the divine inspire the action from our goat here, okay? We get the Knight of Wands energy here. This darling little knight has been jumping up so often in these cards, and to me it shows the inspired action. This is the card also of passion. It's the most passionate knight. It's the playful knight. It's the knight that just like shows up not just to have a good time, but it's like to have a spiritually good time. So these energies working together, it's like, okay, I see you embodied now. I'm going to bring in some light into this picture. I'm going to bring some fertilization to this egg. The shared energy is the lovers, all right? Sometimes this is about choice, and sometimes this is about union. I think, to me, it is about engaging in this passion. Now, there has been a consistent message coming through in the cards, and I did a reading with a friend earlier, and we read on the collective. I should record her and I's readings. They're so fun and collaborative. But she's absolutely lovely. Lady of Shalat. Check her YouTube channel out. She does incredible clearings, and she's also a very gifted reader. Okay, so anyway, but, in the recent readings, we've gotten a lot of messages around this pointed arrow, this pointed intention. And I love that it's like tattooed on the feminine arm here of that, like that holding that clarity of the vision. It's what draws the inspiration of the masculine to move forward. So we're getting consistently the same messages coming through over and over again. And I'd like to say it's just coming through my channel in that way, but as I connect with other radiant, lovely divine feminine, they too are getting similar messages, and we're starting to fuse our messages for a wider collective perspective because we're all bringing our own unique energies to this. Now, I feel guided at this time to also take note, because this has also come up in a conversation, of artistic integrity and healing integrity. There's a lot right now, especially on the internet, of people trying to adapt their energies to speak to the masses, okay? And, they're trying to create something marketable. They're trying to appeal to a larger audience. And some of that might be divinely orchestrated, of their connecting to a new wave of people coming in that they have to kind of teach before they drop into these things. I do personally think, as healers, and I don't teach kindergarten for this reason, because I couldn't stay at that same level of teaching that base stuff. Now, there's ebbs and flows with that, of course. Sometimes you've got to introduce them, but I would rather like lift people up and say, hey, these are the things that I'm bringing through my unique channel. If you find them and you resonate, awesome. If you don't, no worries. You might not understand anything that I'm saying, but the energy of it feels good to you. I think to be very mindful of it when it comes to healers, teachers, and even artists, what you bring into your consciousness right now really matters. And it is important, is, regardless of who you are in this beloved pairing, that you are holding this clarity of vision, okay? And if the things that you're watching are influencing that vision, influencing the purity of it, please be mindful and make a shift, okay? If we want to embody this new earth and these new templates coming forward, if we want to embody the essence of sacred union, we have to be mindful of what we're putting into our consciousness and how we're dancing with it. So I really want to celebrate that as a beautiful process that we're all navigating. Also just want people to be mindful of it, okay? I also have seen a lot of healers, and I know that I do this at times, like we're all guilty of it because we are humans in a human body having a human experience, and we're not only clearing stuff for our own lineage, but sometimes for the collective. So to be mindful of who you connect with and how they're processing their stories, okay? There is a way to share your personal journey without passing on the intensity of it or the thing. There can be weight to heavier stories, but when doing it from this compassionate heart space and not like a bleeding heart space, that can be a really powerful transmutation of holding it down. And I work really hard to be mindful of it. I'm not perfect at it. Again, spoiler alert, I am in a human body. I don't identify as a human, but this is what this is. Anyway, so I hope that it is beneficial for you. I hope that these messages continue to bring you light and strength and powerful activations as you move forward on your journey. I am present for you here. I will tag or try to suggest the Lady of Shalott channel. Also, feel free to like, subscribe, comment, email me, prismhealers@gmail.com. Let's set up a session. If you're interested, it's a lot more fun to dive deep into what's going on in the collective and how that's integrated into your personal journey. So anyway, many blessings to you all. Have a great, delightful day. I hope your full moon has been powerful and transformative in whatever way resonates with your personal journey at this time. Ow!